Hi everybody, welcome to your Pick a Pile reading. So this is a reading to look at your 2019 and your 2020 a little bit. If you want to get an extended reading, please contact me about that. In the extended, I will be reading all of the stuff in this booklet for your crystal cards and be elaborating some more with cards and whatnot. So we can talk about that if you're interested. I'm going to do a small chime toss using our Happy New Year hat for each of your piles as well. If you really feel drawn to more than one pile, then by all means, check them out. There's probably a reason for that. But otherwise, I'm going to ask you to focus in and choose a pile that you are most drawn to and use the timestamp to skip ahead to your reading if necessary and go with that pile. So we have pile 1 over here, pile 2 over here, pile 3 here, and pile 4. Okay, so without further ado, pile 1. Let's see what's in the cards for you. Alright, so just spread these out a bit. We're going to do 2019, your 2020. Your 2019, your 2020. You know what, I need to expand my view of the reading. There we go. And 2 zodiac cards, 2019, 2 for 2020. Color card. Interesting, you have red and blue. Mountain and emergence. Okay. So you have the first house and the 7th house showing up reversed as your theme in 2019. So that's telling me that probably a lot of 2019 for you was around lessons and had a sort of theme about injustices in your life and what was out of balance in your life, especially in a personal front from within, having to do with your identity, having to do with your energy and being able to be motivated and the energy that you were bringing into your partnerships. There's also a theme of partnerships and kind of seeing like the shadow side, seeing what you don't want in a partner in order to understand what you do want in a partner and partners in life, like partners for different projects, partners, life partners, romantic partners, but also business partners and relationships, really all of your relationships for better or worse in your life. So there was some shadow energy around that, sort of like enemies or frenemies or friends that you didn't recognize would be enemies, or like bring out things that you felt tired of, that you wanted to get rid of, that didn't really, that kind of wounded your sense of self or depleted you energetically. All right. I feel like there's maybe something more to this Aries energy as well, because your color card is Ruby, Rejuvenate Your Body. I'm definitely feeling led in that direction. So this was your color card for 2019. A message from Spirit about rejuvenation within. And this actually has sort of an element, an essence of reinventing yourself for some of you. Rejuvenating yourself from the past, actually. We had receptivity for your 2019 from the Little Laws of Attraction deck, or Little Reminders Law of Attraction deck, sorry. The affirmation on the back of this card is, I am open in my heart and mind to receiving the blessings that I deserve. So yeah, an element of like feeling self-worthy and your self-worth and how that connection and ties to who you're spending time with and your partnerships in life as well. Could have been legal stuff for some of you too. Bridge pose. Alright, so before I go any further, just a disclaimer, using the Mystic Mudra deck, this does not mean that I am recommending you do yoga or this yoga pose. In fact, that needs to be a personal decision that you make with the assistance of any necessary healthcare professionals or wellness or fitness professionals. An educated decision made on your own authority. However, I love these cards. So, you have bridge pose, and the affirmation on this card is, in my heart, I know I am on the right path. I trust in the universe. Yeah, totally. The divine was trying to get you to trust in yourself in a very solid way, and trust in your choices, trust in what you're attracting into your life, trust in the universe itself, and that it was safe to receive and be receptive to messages from your higher self, messages. Yeah, I'm definitely getting messages, but of course that's not all of it. There was a general theme of receptivity. In my heart, I know I'm on the right path. I trust in the universe. Okay, so this really ties into that Aries energy too. Something may have been going on with your first house. You have mountain strength showing up. Okay. So your strength was part of a theme, 2019. And then you have purpurite. Very cool crystal. We're talking about the third eye and like some higher chakras here. Intuition for sure. So I am going to read now a little bit out of the booklet for that card, but keep in mind, there's so much more to be explored with that can really only do through an extended reading. It is page 44 in this book, and some of you may know that's said to be like an angel number. Okay, next chapter here, next suit. It's called the Curse Clearer. Cool. So I actually, even though I don't have Scorpio on the table here for you, I really do get like an 8th house Scorpionic sort of energy, because there's an element of like the Curse Clearer. Okay, so clearing curses, regeneration, looking at the shadow sides and the underbelly kind of things with the first house and the seventh house leading into the 8th house, and like a whole death and rebirth for some of you, and that's very 8th house Scorpionic type energy. Many actually I'm seeing. So this is really interesting, cool as like it's the end of a decade. We're wrapping up the end of a decade. I'm like tiptoeing around it, but we are. So it's really interesting to see these energies leading into the 2020 part, because it's definitely feeling like a thorough preparing, and really like a lot of behind the scenes work on your part in order to close out a cycle properly, in order to prepare for a new one. We're going to read the Healing Insight and the Soul Path, this card, as well as Divination. Being a lineage breaker is its soul path. And the Healing Insight is the past creates the present, but the past can be repaired and the present healed. Divination is to be open to new ways to heal, to protect yourself appropriately, but do not be overly defensive, to check out whether you have inadvertently offended anyone. If so, make reparation where possible. If not, send unconditional love and forgiveness without needing to know why or where. Alright. Just a few little chimes. I'm going to take the hat here, the Happy New Year hat, and scoop it into the bag and see what comes out. Oh, they took me very literally. They only gave us 2 chimes. Okay, that's cool. We have happy and we have remember. So there is that element of kind of time travel, dealing with the past here in 2019. But we also have happy in your happiness. I feel like a lot of this stuff that you were going through actually had to do with, the word negotiating is coming to me, probably because we have Libra on the table in part, but I'm going to use it. Kind of negotiating with your spirit guides, with your future self, like negotiating with life or some force about what needs to be disposed of, what needs to go, what can be reused or recycled or gotten rid of and released, as far as like energetic patterns, mental thinking habits. It could be relationships as well, in your life. In order to make you feel happier, in order to make you feel more whole, more you. Also easier to like get going with things, easier to trust yourself and move with some force, really, and speed, like for some of you, in alignment with divine timing. Okay, so it was not for nothing. If there were struggles, it was not for nothing. You have Mountain as a theme card, a strength theme card. And that's going to be your look at 2019 for this reading. And let's take a look at 2020. Okay. You have blue, activate your healing power. That is the color card showing up as a theme card here for this one. The Zodiac card is bringing fire, the element fire, that fire energy. What was I saying, right? Speed, action, motivation. And it's bringing Saturn. And it's bringing Saturn reverse, but I subconsciously turned it right side up. And, you know, it is showing up reversed and right side up simultaneously, okay? So your life purpose is this theme in 2020. Your path, your life purpose, and walking it, and patience, and, you know, persistence, and lessons. This is career too. So a part of the year, I think, you know, you're going to feel like it's about scoping out and feeling out and dealing with any blockages, roadblocks, imbalances that perhaps are there, or yeah, situations to overcome challenges and how to make improvements in those areas. And I feel like part of the year you're going to feel like the theme is actually standing in that energy, being in alignment with your soul path, with your life purpose, having success and harmony in your career, and just having energy and time put into it. It's a theme, and it also has to do with future planning. I'm open to love, upward plank pose. Moldavite. This crystal is really exciting me. It's really giving off some wonderful vibrations. We have dragonfly emergence. So yeah, you are... It's so weird, the image my spirit guides are giving me, because they're giving me somebody, it's almost like a circus, like they're giving me somebody in some sort of contraption, and they're like they're like are in the air suspended, and they roll forward, and they're like upside down like a bat, okay, with that more difficult for humans perspective for a period of time, and then they're coming back up, so that they're facing right side up, and there's like a cycle, and they have the power to go back, and they have the power to go forward. But that energy is more 2019 for you. Like, I feel like you were looking at things from a variety of angles, things that were and maybe are themes that have been themes and important goals that you've been pursuing, or aspects of your life that you've been developing for more than just a year, like longer cycles than that. And now it's showing you emerging, dragonfly emerging, kind of out of that contraption that you were in. And I don't know, maybe you're now on the top of that mountain that we saw in 2019, or something like that. You've like gone through some sort of training and preparation in a sense, and now there's a whole brand new perspective. Even though you've been looking at a lot of things from a lot of different perspectives in 2019, you're looking at things from a different perspective in 2020, and it's in a different way than you were doing so in 2019. So you're emerging anew, and you're emerging with, I feel like, a new perspective. You're emerging energetically, and that, I feel, is going to lead into like physically. You have the earth element being highlighted. So some of you too, there may have been like shifts in your appearance that you've decided to embark on. Like, you might feel really motivated to go get a whole makeover, or like change your appearance completely. Could be talking about with your career, with your business also, or a resume, or something like that. But I'm definitely feeling like your actual physical body and your appearance for some of you. So we have respect showing up from the little reminders deck. Its affirmation says, I can manifest love and respect when I love and respect myself. Yeah, that's Father Time up here, Saturn's card. I'm going to put it right here with Saturn and this Dragonfly Emergence card. For some of you, you might have a dragonfly as a spirit guide for this year. You could look into that. I'm going to stick the hat in the bag. Had a jumping chime. It's joy. Okay. So I feel like joy is carrying over and maybe amplifying even for you this year. But it's needing to do so in balance and within certain structures. Let's take a look at the Moldavite card. Okay, its key phrase is metamorphosis. Scorpionic 8th house word, metamorphosis. Healing, insight, and soul path. The soul path is integration of the physical and the spiritual. Its healing insight is you are far more than a physical body. Harmony at all levels creates your well-being. And the divination is detach yourself from mundane issues. You are going through a spiritual transformation, so dramatic changes occur as you reach beyond your limits. Talk to your soul to check with the outcome of present actions. Transcend time. Avoid sowing seeds of destruction. Fertility and good fortune await. And chime time. Whoa, okay. A lot of times when I come out for this one, I guess. So we have remember to contemplate. Remember to contemplate. We have the number 12. We have the letter T and probably the letter X because that's how it fell towards the camera. We have wish fulfillment, wishes being granted. We have the night hours, wish upon a star, sleep, magic. We have tea, we have pumpkins, so I feel like we have, good hearty, grounding, healthy, plant-based foods. We have tea. Yeah, here you have the tree spirits. Okay, so the tree spirits are with you, as spirit guides, as healers, for you to connect with this year, if you so choose. They've presented themselves. We have this quote here: nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished, by Lao Tzu. Shoes. I feel like for some of you, you're getting a lot more active physically, taking up some sort of sport or exercise, getting a lot more active physically. Shoes. There's passion this year. Heart healing. We have the bat. So for some of you, there might be a bit of a nightlife showing up as a theme. We have a star again. I'm seeing your third eye and your crown chakra for some of you. I'm definitely seeing like a lot of chakras looking healthy. We have celebration, celebrating energy, making noise through the element of fire. We have friendship. And it's falling on the respect card also. We have a daisy falling on the respect card. Okay. We have this Chinese zodiac year. Animals showing up. We have a dinosaur. So to me this is both things that are extinct and not around anymore. It's falling on blue. Activate your healing power. And also ancient wisdom, remembrance. Could be talking about large this time too. I feel like, activate your healing power, this blue card. It's a very large thing, the healing that's going on here. But I also feel like things that are old and tiresome and ready to leave your life, they're not just leaving right now, or like you're shoving them out and they might come back, or you're fighting with them or anything. I feel like you're really making some of it extinct. So there's definitely like an end chapter with 2019 and a beginning chapter with 2020 in a way. Pumpkin, if you want to look deeper into that chime on your own. Your feet, for some reason, your feet might be kind of a theme for you this year. I know that might sound weird, but it could be. You have blue here, Pisces 12 showed up. That's Pisces, the house of Pisces, and when you connect parts of the body to astrological signs and houses, Pisces is connected with the feet. So, all right, so that's your reading, pile 1. Take care, be well, happy New Year. Okay, pile 2, you have that pile right there, and I have some chimes from pile 1 to stick back in here, so there we go. Before I get started with your reading, I forgot to do it in the beginning, so disclaimer, using the Mystic Mundrick deck, and this deck is not to substitute any medical or healthcare advice that you need to seek in order to make a decision about doing yoga, putting yourself in this specific yoga pose. Please do not do that and have that be your takeaway from the reading. We are not advising you to do it. If that's a decision that you choose to make, it needs to be made under your authority. And again, with the help of any necessary professionals. All right, so this is going to be your 2019 energy, and this is going to be your 2020 energy. Okay, I picked up the energy with the Mystic Mundra deck, the affirmations on there, the poses on there, the Asantras on there, that they are somewhat interchangeable. Okay, meaning that 2019 and 2020 they both apply for both years to an extent. All right. So, looking first at your 2019, you have the element of water. This is your emotions. This is your subconscious. This is your superconscious. This has to do with your sleep and what happens when you're sleeping. This has to do with premonitions, psychic abilities, lucid dreaming. I feel it has to do with lucid dreaming. It's the 12th house, the 8th house, and the 4th house. Okay, all of your emotions. And we have the moon reversed, so blockages, imbalances with your feminine energy, perhaps with your shadow self, and recognizing them and healing them. This could also be the energy of nurturance, of receptivity, of gotta look at her right side up. Here we go. Of reflection, of your personal space and your personal awareness as well. So Luna, and then your color card was brown, establish boundaries. Deciding where your personal space was through reflection, through life, through your emotions and your intuition. You were establishing boundaries. Really clarifying what you need and want and what you're trying to attract to yourself and what you're trying to repel and how to do that in a powerful, solid way. We have the rainbow card, blessings, communication. We have side angle pose, and its affirmation is, my mind is free and clear. I attract positive experiences in my life. So I feel like you were looking at how to either flush away negative energies and give room to positive energies and, really feed the positive energies and provide it with what it needed for it to grow, or how to, my mind is free and clear, I attract positive experiences in my life, or you were looking at how to accept them, how to integrate them, how to see the silver lining with them, the lessons, and you get to a point where you, I think, hit like an evolutionary state, and you see the rainbow. You see something new that was created from the contrasts in your life. And it's actually also like a gate. Okay, it's communication. The affirmation on the communication card is, I effectively communicate and clarify my needs in order to achieve my goals. So clarity for you was also a theme. And being able to explore your different chakras, including the higher chakras, where your perception into other worlds and times lies. So beauty, absolute beauty, 2019, the way they're showing me your theme. My mind is free and clear. I attract positive experiences in my life. So you're working on having a clear mind, having communication with other realms, other dimensions, with your higher self, with spirit, with your spirit guides, with other people. Effective communication. You have aura light. This has to do with the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, from the 7 main chakras, but I feel it connecting into some of the minor chakras too, higher chakras. Let's take a look in the book. It may stabilize all of them even. It's called the soul connector. That's its key phrase here, key word. It's a little title. And this is actually Auralite 23. This crystal has a number in its name, Auralite 23. Okay. So the soul connector, its soul path is reconnection of ego, soul, and higher consciousness. Yeah, these chakras, it's telling me the soul star, the stellar gateway, and it cleanses and aligns all chakras. So the healing insight is aligning to as above, so below, as without, so within, leads to a sense of righteousness, not righteousness, but a sense of rightness and immense well-being. Divination is recognize that you are an integral part of humanity, center yourself in inner peace, and connect to your higher mind before making a decision. Beneficial contacts come through friends and family. It is not so much what you know as whom that counts now, and that includes higher beings. That was your 2019. Let me go ahead and take some chimes out for 2019 for you from the bag. I'm just going to stick the hat in here and use it as kind of a scoop. See what comes up for you. You have a sunflower, happiness, true joy. Oh, sticking to the hat too. Thoughts. The bat, so we have, that higher perspective. Being mentioned again with the higher chakras and seeing things from different angles, perspectives. Mental note, eventually forget. Okay, not sure what that's about. We also, maybe there's like some things that you were learning to laugh off for the greater good. We have the laughing Buddha here. This is spiritual laughter, big belly laughs, really healthy solar plexus energy. We have some time actually showing up. So we have the hour 8. This could be talking about the 8th house too, but the hour 8 has significance. 4 p.m. or a.m. significance there too. Magical unicorn chime. So I feel, and dragon, you may have had a dragon spirit guide and a unicorn spirit guide with you, walking along with you in 2019. You have the letter L, so that could have personal meaning I'm not aware of. I do feel like it's my guides are leading me to the word love with it. Also, we have a pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin, blessed, joy falling several times. Looking at blessings for sure, seeing blessings and things, and expanding your awareness of blessings, opportunities for blessings, joy, okay. Prosperity, but there's also a sense of like mysticism to this, very earthy mysticism. Pumpkins are great to look into if you wanted to do a quick Google search or something. Look into like the spiritual, metaphysical properties associated with pumpkin. And we have sunflowers. So for some of you, autumn, they're drawing my attention to autumn. So sort of like a theme within the essence or energy of autumn. Water is connected into autumn, like we saw with your zodiac cards. This would be like the, maybe this is part of the 6th house. The 7th house would be the 7th house, maybe part of the 6th house in preparing for autumn, because it's such a big energy of transition. The 8th house, the 9th house, not really the 9th house, the 7th and the 8th house, months like August, September, October may have had significance. This is happiness. This is joy. This is healthy solar plexus energy. It's sunflowers. It's happiness. I think I keep saying that, and we have remember. Okay, mental note to remember. So we have the contrast, I think, here, right? Yes. We have the contrast of eventually forget and remember. What's worthy of your time? What's not? Okay. Magical Unicorn says, if I was a unicorn, the first thing I would do is sprinkle you with magic and make all your dreams come true. Then I'd paint a rainbow, and each color would hold a wish to fill your days with sunshine, made with love and happiness. This is really cool. I actually see a portal opening with y'all. Y'all's 2019, I feel like there was a breaking or like a portal opening. So I just think it's really cool for the year before 2020, and we're going to get into 2020 right now. As soon as I get these out of the way. Okay. We have visualization. We have Mars and Capricorn. Wow. Karma. Rose quartz. Peach and nail leaf. You've got a lot of warm colors here. A lot of warm colors, a lot of warm energy, a lot of action and activity, possibly for some of you. The energy is flowing, and life purpose. Your life purpose, your life path. And living it. Living in alignment with it, living it, experiencing it and its growth and evolution. And doing so with healthy passion, energy, I feel like well-directed passion. Drive, determination, Capricorn. Planning for the future could be part of the theme here. I think it is. Visualization card. And the affirmation on this card is, I make mental pictures of my goals that are simple and to the point. Achievement. Being willing, and I feel like some of you even feeling really good about putting in whatever hard work needs to be put in in order to have accomplishment, in order to follow through fully with your best to see if you can make your goals actualize, and doing that a lot of the time, seeing what that is, just being really on that road and directed. And there's sort of an element for some of you, at times at least, of having it be sort of like a natural flow, like it's living in alignment with your soul path, and having Mars right side up, working in harmony with that. Goals, this can be career related for some too. And you have the power of love here with rose quartz. So your color card is peach. Inhale a breath of life. Raised leg pose. I know I am one with the universe. When I focus, universal energy flows through me. I feel like a lot of you exercising, you're more active, you're looking after your health in that way, and maybe in general. It might be a family effort too with the DNA card. Like it might be like your whole immediate family is doing this and doing this together. Or you have some sort of adoptive family or soul family that you're doing this with. But I feel like you could be doing this with some sort of family. It could also be because of children or the desire to have children. In part, it's like my guides are showing me like the potential of you burning through old karma and clearing it, like burning through and clearing old karma in 2020. But at the same time, they're showing me maybe it's free will, choice. They're showing me like another path of breathing like life into it. Okay. But I see for most of you, you're overcoming that for sure with love, rose quartz, with love, with gentleness, with really evolved wisdom. And you're just adding more, like you're invigorating your life more. Your livelihood and your energy and your drive are all increasing, and you're looking at like, this is my life, what am I going to do with it? I'm having, this is also a card of sensuality. So there's like an earthy energy to it, but also very, very much fiery energy too. It's your senses, is what do you, so they could be heightened this year as you're getting healthier. It's like, what do you see, taste, smell? It's like really being in that energy. There's almost a Venus suasion element to this Capricorn with the rose quartz here. I know I am one with the universe. When I focus, universal energy flows through me. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at that rose quartz card and get your chimes on the table. I'm on, no, 15. I'm on page 5. Okay. Unconditional love is the key phrase with rose quartz. Its soul path is radiating unconditional love. Its healing insight is unconditional love is the greatest gift you can give to yourself or to another. It's divination says forgive yourself. Love and beauty approach. Loneliness is at an end. Emotional blockages dissolve. Do not accept blame. Recognize that unconditional love and friendship draw exactly the right people to you. Once you love yourself, you can give and receive love from others. Support is available in a crisis. Okay. And let's get pile two's chimes for 2020. Ooh, you have a rose. I feel like some of you are romancing the heck out of yourselves and possibly others. Just like, it's adorable the way my spirit guides are showing it to me. We have holidays. Okay. So the holidays could be kind of a theme for you in 2020 for some reason, or really are being highlighted. We have joy. We have love. We have mental note, contemplate. So it is a year where you're very energetic and there's a lot of forward movement and like activity and exercise going on for some of you. However, there's also a sense of being rational and grounded and well directed, and at times that's going to involve contemplation. So beauty here, the rose, love. Okay, let's see. Where do they want to fall? Whoa, off the... yeah. There's more to your year. Your year expands, okay? But, and through grounding, my guides are telling me, like, you'll get greater awareness through grounding with this. We have... This didn't happen with pile ones, but for yours, we have time periods being shown. Okay, so maybe some of you are interested in extended readings for these time periods or not. Maybe you want to do your own things or just take notes of that fact. But we have Lunar New Year, I feel, showing up as a time period. We have the holidays showing up as a time period, whatever that means to you. Maybe your favorite holiday happens in spring or summer, and that's what it's talking about. Maybe it's the holidays in general, like every holiday on the calendar. Maybe it's winter holidays, like maybe that just means Christmas and New Year's to you. Take it how it resonates for you personally. Okay, we have T showing up twice. So T, for some of you, could be a part of 2020, like a significant part. Maybe, with this health thing going on, your energy thing going on. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. That's come out before with this reading. So, that's a very solid, grounding, universal message for us all. We have a diamond, perhaps, on Capricorn life purpose. Some of you could be getting married or engaged. Or diamonds, could be anniversary diamonds. But if there's much more to this too. We have the letter S on Capricorn. Be mindful of your sexual energy for some of you. I feel like there is evolution going on with that. We have the bat, the purple bat. So we're talking about spirituality, purple, royalty, divinity, the higher chakras. We're talking about looking at things from different perspectives in the nighttime, night hours, dark, with that. And okay, we have the horse year, we have the rooster year, tiger year, boar year, and rabbit year. Okay, take it how it resonates. We have the number 19. Very interesting number if you choose to look deeper into that numerology, whatnot. I think it's a very interesting number. We have a penguin laying on his back, chilling. So this could represent monogamy for some of you, because penguins, I think, are monogamous. But also, I feel like this could be a spirit guide. This is very much apt to be a spirit guide for you for 2020, penguin. being with you. We have a pink heart. So it's not all passion. There's passion for sure, but we also have rose quartz and we have this pink heart. This is an energy of gentleness, of affection, of look at it. Look up the symbolism. I know you wanted me to probably tell you, some of you, but look up the symbolism for it to get like to get your complete messages. Okay. But gentleness, sweetness. We have the stars. So definitely wish fulfillment and like activating some of your goals, stepping into the living what was some of just goals to you previously. Now you're actually stepping in and living it. And you're continuing to get closer to goals throughout the year too, I feel. Wishes, desires, flowers, beauty, nature comes up very strongly. Be creative. We have the hour 2. We have the hour 1, 12, 5, and 8. It's a lot of different times. You know, this reading is for you to use in whatever way serves you best, you know, within responsible limits. So, 12, 1, 2, 8, and 5, huh? This can, for some of you, be talking about time in general. All right, Capricorn is father time after all. How you spend your time in general. For some of you, it is a year where schedules are going to be really beneficial. Your guides may be asking you to set aside some time for yourself. And I don't know how much time, you know, how much time do you want and need for exercise? How much time do you want and need for meditation? Like, the lunch hour is being highlighted, so it could have to do with food, could have to do with what's going on for you at lunch, making some sort of commitment to yourself or even your contacts, other people around lunch hour. I don't know. We do have one more thing. The lucky turtle. So this is a scratcher, you know, that you use to like scratch off lottery tickets. It's the tag for one of those. For me, it does bring up that you have a turtle spirit guide with you as well as the penguin spirit guide, perhaps bat, this year. And it also brings up the message of sort of you can't win if you don't play. You can't win the game if you don't play the game. You can't win if you're not trying. Right? So here you have a tool to go for it. And that tool is patience. It's turtle, so it's patience, it's ancient wisdom, it's longevity, it's endurance. So really earthy energy. It says it takes a bit of luck, you see, to win at any lottery. This little turtle can help you find the prize you've always had in mind. Use it to gently scratch and reveal numbers that will make you squeal. Keep in a pocket, purse, or keyring too. This little turtle brings good luck to you. So your spirit guide brings good luck to you. You may have good luck with you in 2020. I feel like there's also practical things that you can do to raise your vibration to a place that is more lucky or more fortunate. Things that involve grounding yourself. Patience, having the quality of patience, I think really pays off this year. But also, you know, acting when your heart tells you to act, acting from your heart. Okay, you have the spirit trees with you, tree guides. They're here for you. They can help you with healing, and it's really, I feel like it's really blessed and fortunate to have the bark come up and have the tree spirits appear in your reading, especially, when we're talking about a whole year like this. So they're wonderful helpers. Without them, we could not breathe. They're great to meditate under. They're great listeners. They, provide us with herbs, not herbs, what do I mean to say? They provide us with medicine and food and so much healing power. So that is going to wrap up your reading. Pile 2. Take care. Be well. Hello, pile 3. Here's your reading. Let's see what we have for you. The first thing that we have for you is the disclaimer. I'm using the Mystic Mundra deck, so please recognize that that does not mean that I'm telling you to do yoga or advising you to do yoga, or that my spirit guides or spirit is. That needs to be a decision you make on your own authority. Please contact any necessary healthcare professionals that you need to do in order to make an educated decision about that matter. This is going to be 2019. This is going to be your 2020. You have blue colored crystals in both, okay? Okay. So let's first look at your 2019. Tsunami, wake up call. Green, revitalize your nervous system. 4th house, Cancer, air. Support. Staff pose. Here's its affirmation. Through my struggles, I see the world changing and reshaping itself to a form of my choosing. – 2019 had a lot to do with your nervous system, guys. It had a lot to do with your nervous system. Okay, in sort of prisons or like holding cells that you put yourself in, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and in some situations you used the material realm to construct various ones as well, that you created and put yourself into because of nervousness, because of anxiety, because of caution. And at some time, at points, this was absolutely the most intelligent, intuitive decision to make to protect yourself. At times, you may have chosen to do this when there were several other viable options for you to take. Okay. And that's okay. And there were lessons connected to that, I feel. Okay. And some of them may have had to do with support. So here's the affirmation on this card. It says, I surround myself with supportive people who believe in my dreams. This year has you, my spirit guides are showing me an image that I'm going to translate as my spirit support. Yeah, support, wake up call. That wake up call is making me want to draw a clarifier or throw your chimes on there or something. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the chimes too, but they're showing me something I'm going to translate as this year kind of had some of you going in and out of a womb almost. There's like a going in and out of a womb sort of energy. In and out of a cave, Earth's womb, right? A cave. With your mental energy and your mental body, with your emotional body. It's cute. It's sort of like you're playing peekaboo with the universe for real. Like you had a place where you would retreat and process things. Okay? Before communicating and in so that you could think, because you have the air element here too. Think. So there's movement, there's sort of a travel between worlds going on here. The being cautious, retreating, going into a safe place, safe zone, and then going back into the world, going back and forth between some sort of safe zone and what you perceive to be sometimes a danger zone. All right. So let's see if there's any chimes that want to clarify this tsunami wake-up call thing. Besides, some of you might have had some rocky times this year. Holidays is sticking to the New Year's hat. That's adorable. I'm just going to stay there. Okay. Error 2, it's right side up, so it's not so much blockages and imbalances as... I don't know what that's about. I kind of want something to clarify that too. Blessed. Tsunami blessed. That's how it's being clarified. And then the tree bark really wants to be seen on that green card. Revitalize your nervous system. So there's the message about healing through connection with nature and the power of trees, the tree elements, the elementals, the tree spirits, tree guides want you to know that they were with you all year. They were with you all year. And they're just sending out, healing energy to you now as well. Pumpkins, you have so many chimes, I can't believe it's making me out. Pumpkin seeds of thought. Be unique and stand out wherever you go. Spread seeds of joy with everyone you know. As you grow and ripen, patch things up and try to remember when life gives you pumpkins, make pumpkin pie. So your capability and ability to transform things and make the most of things, whatever's going on. Yeah, happy little frog. Everyone needs a little frog to be a lucky guide, to sometimes take a leap of faith and to sit joyfully by our side. Just keep this little frog nearby, and this I know is true. Happiness and lots of good luck will surely come to you. We have a lot of hours, so time, your time, how it was being spent was part of a theme with 2019 for you. Food. Okay, we have Lunar New Year showing up for some reason. Time period around Lunar New Year's being highlighted. There's also like maybe a lot of people, contact, support, being connected to spirit guides, to this could have to do with some of the Asian arts or healing, Eastern type philosophy healing as well. We have the 4th house here, guys, so feng shui. We have monkey year, rabbit year, boar year, dog year, boar year again, and this has been a boar year, rat year, which we're approaching, and snake year. So all of those are showing up. Be creative. Yeah, the universe definitely had prompted you to be creative at some time. At some points, being creative was part of your theme. The Ace of Pentacles, new financial beginnings or new foundational beginnings, prosperous ones, getting off on the right foot is part of the theme. How to get off on the right foot. And then here we have always stand tall. It's a message. Bunny, the bunny chime, silly little bunny. So you have a bunny spirit guide. You have an elephant spirit guide that was with you. You have a frog spirit guide that was with you in 2019 showing up. Alright. It's like, now the spirit guides are showing me like going, you know how the crab, so we have the 4th house Cancer, you know how the crab like retreats within its shell, goes within. Now we have these dolls, I forget what they're called, showing up. These are the dolls where you open them and there's a smaller version of the same thing inside of it. And you open that one and there's a smaller version of the same thing inside of that. And it just keeps going. They're showing me like layers of an onion, layers of situations, going deeper and deeper within one shell, and going through the different layers to get out of one shell. Okay, so they're showing me that celery, so health, food, nutrition is part of a theme. I will show you the hours. There's a lot of them, and I do feel like time in general is being brought up in case there's personal significance. We have 2 p.m. or a.m. I don't know why I said p.m. We have 7, the hour of 7. We have the hour of 12, the hour of 9, the hour of 6, and the hour of 1. So we have 12 and 1. We have 6 and 7. Actually, we have 12, 1, 2 that flows together as a gap of time. If we look at it that way, we allow it. We have 6, 7, and then we're missing 8. And then we have 9. Okay, so I almost feel like 8 could be something else too, but different than what these other ones are. The holidays. Happy New Year, holidays. Okay. I do feel like for some of you, there's actually like even I don't know if it's a question from your guides or sort of like something in the back of your mind, the front of your mind. There's even like the moving beyond 2019 and into 2020. There's going to be like, what about the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021? I feel like there's actually stuff that was happening in 2019 that was setting some sort of foundational energy for that far ahead. Okay? So Pumpkin Seeds of Thought says, be unique and stand out wherever you go. Spread seeds of joy with everyone you know. As you grow and ripen, patch things up and try to remember when life gives you pumpkins, make pumpkin pie. I already read that. But the first part of the message there talks about you being unique and you being you and it being okay for you to stand out and you having like a greater mission or purpose to achieve with what you're communicating to the universe. Okay, and why you're going where you're going on the planet, like why you're traveling where you're traveling in life. So you have a sense of purpose. A silly little bunny. I saw a silly little bunny once bouncing along its way. I asked what it was doing as it hopped along all day. Just bringing lots of smiles and loads of laughter too. Hey, what a great idea, I thought. So I'm giving this to you. Have a super duper day. I feel like there's a message for some of you about spreading joy and love and accepting joy and love and upliftment during times of catastrophe or hardship. Whether they're yours, whether they're family members, whether they're friends, whether they're strangers. It's just part of a cycle in life, and I think that was part of the theme. Always stand tall. This is a giraffe charm, and it says, you are unique and should always stand tall, for no one is like you. Why, no one at all. This little giraffe is a reminder of what life is about. You don't need to fit in. You were born to stand out. A.S. Waldrop. This is about you getting to a place of feeling safe and secure to be you. And we have giraffe showing up as a spirit guide. That's kind of a more rare occurrence. It has been in my readings so far anyway, and I'm super excited about that. I like that a lot. It talks about standing tall, standing proud. Talks about being maybe an outcast, or an outcast in some ways, being unique, and recognizing it as a blessing and being around those who recognize it as a blessing, using it as a support. It talks about your uniqueness and your individuality. Alright, so I think that's enough for 2019. Y'all, let's get into 2020. Alright, 2020. I don't know where this one came from. That's strange. Did we skip over your... I think we skipped over your crystal card. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So your crystal energy might be a bit interchangeable. Like I said, your group, you're setting a foundation in 2019. Sorry, in 2019, and maybe even in part before then. Part of the theme was setting a foundation for something that's happening the end of 2020, 2021, and going forward from there. Okay? And you have crystals that are kind of interchangeable. These energies are more fluid and running between both years. So I would look at these as if they're both for both years. Okay? Let's look at aquamarine. Hope is its keyword, and its soul path is seeing beyond consensual reality or illusion. Its healing insight is there is no reason to lose the hope in your heart, since well-being is a state of mind. Its divination reads, release self-defeating programs, listen to your inner guidance, but be objective. Accept what's on offer. Watch out for idle gossip. Tie up loose ends before moving on. Remain emotionally detached. Avoid procrastination. Success may come in a court case. Stay positive and remember your family. So I feel like these are all themes with 2019. I do feel like maybe this is a little bit more 2019, this is a little bit more 2020, but also you could definitely look for ways that they are interchangeable. Okay. So we have all of 2019 looked at for you now. We're going to look at 2020. You have bow pose. I love myself and trust in my higher power. I am fearless and strong. Venus and the Sun card. They're showing up reversed. We have red, free yourself from pain. We have spring equinox, rebirth. Yep. Okay. And we have staff pose. So for some reason, we've got two of these showing up for your 2020. I'm going to take it this way. If you didn't get one in 2019, this one's probably your 2019 one that I'm holding in my hand. I have a cold right now, so I'm sorry. I apologize. Sometimes Spirit's more whimsical than others, and I don't believe in accidents in tarot, truly. So to be blunt, I'm kind of apologizing to your ego here. I don't feel like it matters. I feel like, the cards fall the way they're supposed to. So you have staff pose, and it says, through my struggles, I see the world changing and reshaping itself to a form of my choosing. Okay. You were getting in touch with your manifestation abilities, or like re in touch with your manifestation abilities, building upon them in in a way, and that was part of the theme for 2019. Okay, I feel like it had something to do with time and your judgment and when to assert your power, like when to use your masculine energy, when to use your feminine energy, when to just be observant, when to um, make a choice. Okay, but also through my struggles, I see the world changing and reshaping itself to a form of my choosing. It's sort of like birthing a rainbow. That came up in reading ones. So if you want to go back and listen to reading one to get an understanding of that, it's there. All right, so Quantum Quattro is your gorgeous crystal card. You have the sun card, you have the sun, and you have Venus, both showing up reversed for 2020. And I feel like what's happening here, because we also have the spring equinox rebirth card, I feel like what's happening here is money, your values, love, your perception of beauty as well. I mean, that's tied into your values. So to keep it simple, let's say love, money, and your values. We're all challenged in 2019. We're all looked at from different perspectives. There's some blockages and imbalances still in place as we move into 2020 for like where you envision yourself, where you want to be. And you are working on healing that and overcoming them and seeing things actualize in a positive way to nurture your values, to nurture the quality of life that you want, to bring in financial abundance and success, to bring in romantic harmony and success. And you're going to do your chimes as I'm talking about this here, this part of it. Your light, your radiance, who you are, your personality, the way you feel. The fact that it's your life and it's your year. Being kind of empowered and free to be who you are and comfortable being who you are in different situations, in different aspects of your life, in money and career and jobs and work and social time and private time and in relationships and love and friendships. Perhaps for some of you with children as well. We've got this chime hanging off the edge here. But there's also an element of the theme for 2020, going into this brand new decade, right? Being, yes, we can change the perspective here. Yes, we can change the reality of things. Yes, we can remove the blockages, the imbalances. But what do you want to do with that? What do you want to do with that? Where do you want it to occur? How do you want it to feel? What do you want the rebirth to be? Okay, let's open up the chime part here. So you have keepsakes and remember kind of dangling from your head. There might be a need to release the past, but I feel like, you know, in all in good time, all in good time. We have love. There's a rebirth of love. You have 2 white doves falling on the spring equinox rebirth card. We have a pot of gold falling onto these 2 doves. So, open interpretation here. I'm going to keep going. We can talk deeper in extendeds if you want to do extendeds. Diet, nutrition, spicy foods, or it could be like spicing up your life in some way. Come up here with this pepper falling. Okay. The winter, or yeah, it could be the winter as a time period, spring equinox as a time period showing up. But also, I feel like who you are as a person, people, how you relate to other people, wearing your spiritual clothing and like spiritual protection, armor. Okay, so this is talking about spiritual hygiene in order to feel good about yourself, in order to amplify your light and increase your magnetism. We have this pyramid, this star. Some of you might be star seeds, and you have mission, like parts of your mission, phases of your mission, your evolution, things related to your soul contract, etc., that you could get more into with a separate reading if you choose, or there are other avenues and ways to explore and discover additional information about this. There's aspects of that are coming up and being highlighted and are part of your 2020 theme. Yeah, they are of importance still. Some of you might be twin flames, divine counterparts. But star seeds, sure. We have the dragonfly chime showing up, and it says, this very little dragonfly will bring lightness into your day. It will help bring you joy as you travel along life's way. This dragonfly reminds you to be strong and courageous too. Keep a positive attitude in all that you do. Here I'm seeing you generating happiness for yourself in your life. Like you finding a process to bring about good news in your life, to magnetize good news to your life. You're realizing that you're in control of that to a great extent, and it comes through a path of freeing yourself from pain. Okay, so releasing pain, tension in the body and the physical, but like however there's pain, releasing the pain frees up space for this to come in to you, and your magnetism is featured in 2020. It's part of, here we have a gift, a present, you know. That's magnificent. Let's look at what the magnetism card says. So here's the affirmation for magnetism. I attract and magnetize to me all that I need to get what I want. And okay, now I need to look at the crystal. Quantum Quattro. Synergy is its keyword. Its soul path is holistic healing for the soul. Healing insight is recognizing that you cannot heal anyone else or influence their behavior. There's a typo here. So what it actually says is recognizing that you cannot heal anyone else or influence their behavior enhances your own well-being. Take it for what it is. The divination reads, karmic aspects need healing. Your question is nowhere near as straightforward as it seems, so dig deep and see all sides. The power of the whole is much greater than its component parts. The power of the whole is much greater than its component parts. Once you have all the information, you are invincible and evolve rapidly. So there is an element of rapid development, rapid magnetism, rapid manifestations, rapid manifestations, success, achievement, seeing things happen, come to fruition. However, there's also an element of, they're showing it to me almost like you playing tug of war with your ego, if only for the sake of divine timing and purpose of the whole being greater than the counterparts, okay? And that there's things that you learn within the struggle with your ego. So there is give and take here, sure. There's give and take in 2020. This is really interesting to have showing up for your 2020 for the reason of, okay, in numerology, 2019 was a 3 universal year. With the triangle, we have 3 points. This is a symbol of fire and energy and movement. Then we have the star in the middle. The star has 5 points. It really has more because we look at, it has 10 points? Because you can see it right in the middle here. That's also kind of a point facing in the other direction. But if we look at, how it's commonly associated with the number 5, we have the star and the number 5, and we have 2020 as a 4 universal year. So here we have something that's kind of indicative of past, present, future, of time itself, and has an element of mystery to it, an enchantment for sure. This chime does universally speak to me about power, does speak to me about spirituality as well, hidden truths, scorpionic realm type things, that stuff that's in your superconscious and your subconscious that, I can't translate for you now here, but I'd like to hear how it resonates. If you want to leave a comment later on in the year, you find it syncing up. So synergy, manifestation is part of your theme here. Cool. Wealth and love and a rebirth of it, renewal of it, like new phases, a new cycle, new decade. Okay, and I feel like, there are going to be some things happening differently in that department for you, for sure. There is a message here of prosperity and abundance being poured out over divine unions, connections, true love. All right, so thank you. Take care. Be well. Now I'm going to move on to the next pile. Okay. Hello there, pile 4. So a disclaimer before I get started, I'm using the Mystic Mudra deck with this reading. Your decision to do or not do yoga or put yourself in any specific yoga asana, yoga pose, needs to be made on your own authority and with the counsel of any necessary healthcare professionals fitness professionals, and so on. This reading has nothing to do with and is not recommending that you do yoga. However, I love the cards, so we'll see what your affirmation is and what your yoga pose for each year is in a moment. This is going to be 2019 over here. This is going to be 2020 over here. We'll do a little chime toss for each using the hat. Okay, I feel like for your pile, these two energies are kind of interchangeable, and they're themes for both years. So both 2019 and 2020, gratitude and instincts. I'm going to read them as I set them down, but just for your notes, if you're making notes and writing down the affirmations. All right, so first we'll look at 2019. Your pose is three-limbed forward bend. It says I am a blessing to the world. I was too distracted by the watermelon on the card. So three-limbed forward bend. I am a blessing to the world. You have Virgo, the 6th house, showing up, and you have Uranus showing up. Because you had Virgo showing up as part of your theme in 2019, I feel like there was a certain level of criticism to others, criticism to yourself, analyzing others' motives, analyzing your motives, analyzing yourself, being judgmental and critical of yourself, because you're doing some discerning and sorting, and it was just a part of it, a part of the lesson, and a part of the theme with 2019. Okay, but that message of I am a blessing to the world, I feel like your highest self was that was the healing medicine, that affirmation. Like that, your highest self was trying to get you to see that and recognize that to pull yourself out of times when you may have felt like you weren't a blessing to the world. This could also have been something that you kind of were looking at with really honest eyes. How do I fit in here? How am I contributing to others? Am I wanted? Am I loved? Am I appreciated? The 6th house has to do with details, has to do with small things, details, our daily habits, has to do with our personal hygiene, our physical hygiene especially, but I think also our mental, emotional, and spiritual hygiene. What else do we have here? It's looking at what is useful and what is not, separating the two and removing what is not useful. So when we look at it being the last year before a new decade, it makes a lot of sense showing up that way as your theme, part of your theme. We have Uranus, and Uranus is sometimes can be looked at as the higher mind. Sometimes it's orders from the higher mind or God, source, creator, like that goddess, whatever you want to insert there, the universe, that we don't really, that kind of hurt us, that we don't really understand in our 3D, 4D, even 5D dimensional selves. It can be sudden shocks and surprises, for better or worse. And sometimes, the unpredictable, like something that we're not expecting, shakes things up in a way that causes us temporary stress and hardship. Okay. At the same time, though, Uranus is an energy of invention, of the higher mind, like deeper insights, truths, things being revealed, or not revealed. It has an element of mystery to it too. Can kind of go. It's like a flash of lightning. You see it, then you don't. Did you really see it? What did it look like? So there's like that darting sort of energy with Uranus sometimes. It has to do with technology too. Technology, the internet, and that could have been part of your personal theme for 2019. Can be very quick. And we have the stone people, vigilance, and we have white, lighten up. Okay. So there was an element of learning to lighten up as your theme. Gratitude is here. The affirmation is, I am grateful for and appreciate all the abundance I have in my life today. Okay, so the earplugs came out, but they sort of stuck to my hand, and I'm taking that as a message of what you are hearing, what you are listening to, what you are hearing, is within your control. Like having it be within your control, having it be, in your fingertips, at your fingertips. Okay, so it could be moving towards a goal of like hearing people speak, hearing lectures, hearing some sort of concerts, or making music yourself. It could have to do with getting more solitude, having less distracting noise around you. It could have to do with the answers and the wisdom that you seek. Could have to do with wanting to be educated on a certain matter, right? We have pieces of angels and artifacts and beauty. That's a chime. Really should throw this away because it's tiny and dangerous, but that's what it is right now. Keepsakes, yeah, with Virgo here, it's what to keep and what to throw away. Holidays. So the holidays may have been or be kind of a big deal for you in 2019. This could also be talking about holidays, not necessarily in the winter, like Hanukkah or winter solstice or Christmas or New Year's, but it could be holidays all through the calendar were sort of a theme for you. 4th of July, Mother's Day, etc. So we have remember, we have thoughts, definitely mental energy here as well as earth energy, how your thoughts affect what you have in the physical world, your resources, what you have and see and experience in the physical world, where you are on the planet, like all of it, how your thoughts are affecting it is part of a theme. Feel wish fulfillment. This can also be Aquarian energy, because we have Uranus here too. That could have been kind of a theme for you. That would be the 11th house too. Could be something in your personal chart. Could be people around you, connections, so forth. This also has to do with night, sleep, dreams, your subconscious, your superconscious, but it has to do with wishes too. And it could have personal significance for you. We have flowers, nature, growing things, the earth, beauty, being nourished and connected to the earth. We have stowed people, vigilance. So it's carnelian. Carnelian. Yeah, root chakra energy, sacral chakra energy. Creativity is its key word. Its soul path is expressing soul vitality. Its healing insight is sufficient vitamins and minerals support your metabolism for optimum well-being. And divination reads, be eloquent, creative, and bold. Do not back down. Trust your intuitive perceptions. Distinction in your career lies ahead. Be a mentor. Alleviate stress. Take time to play. You are a tower of strength during sorrow. Stay anchored in the present. Let go of emotional ties or outdated projects holding you back. Beware a charismatic person. So there we go. And your memory. Just want to put out there, your memory is kind of highlighted as a theme to 2019. Okay, let's take a look at your 2020. Anna Delight. I'm guessing that's how you say it. Sleeping angle pose. The affirmation is, I speak my truth and allow the universe to light my way. Sapphire, regenerate your body. Ancestors, generation. I am feeling immediately that there is an element to your theme about regenerating yourself on all levels. But do not neglect the physical body, the physical level, because that's really going to, when you do that, that is going to automatically like flip some switches and have your superconscious, your subconscious too, handling things and regenerating things on a mental plane, an emotional plane, with your etheric body, with various parts of your multidimensional being and your energy systems. Okay? We have the 5th house, the sign of Leo. We have the 12th house, the sign of Pisces. We have instincts. Instincts reads, I act on my instincts and notice the signs and symbols in my life. The unblocking of your creative energies, especially if you're an artist of some sort, is a theme. The unblocking and the rebalancing, the balancing and harmonizing of it. Where there are balances and imbalances and blockages, and in ways that your 12th house has been kind of put on the back burner, I feel like there's healing going on to that. There's healing to your healing energy. Pisces is the sign of the ocean. And it's very vast. It encompasses all the other 11 houses, like combined. Okay, it's the sign I associate with astrology. Some say astrology falls under the 11th house. Maybe it's both. This is the super conscious. And here we have your instincts. So I feel like you're, healing to your intuition is going on. And this is just vast many possibilities about what could be going on here. I'll read the crystal card in a minute. Maybe it'll give us a little more insight. We have the 5th house showing up. So there's a theme about pleasure and joy, and what brings you pleasure, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, what makes you feel successful, what makes you feel love and puts you in a place to be able to give and receive love. Playfulness. For some of you children, it's speak my truth and allow the universe to light my way. For you, it's relationship to your ancestors and those who are looking at you as children on either side, crossed over, or still with us in this realm, in this world. Could be both. But it also looks at, I think, your relationship to those who are younger than you, and or your children, whether or not you want children, your inner child, how you relate to your past self, the younger you, especially the one that was a child. Pisces reversed here. But it's definitely about like what brings you pleasure, what brings you happiness, what brings you joy. Leo is connected to sex too, honestly. We talk about Scorpio and the 8th house being the sign of sex, and it is, but Leo is one too, because it's the 5th house. It has to do with our ego sometimes. It has to do with pleasure, and it has to do with fun, and it has to do with it's ruled by the sun, okay? And the sun is you. The sun is you. The sun is you as an individual. The sun is you in your personality and how you relate and connect to others. It's so it's also very creative energy. And with the 12th house here, too, the sign of Pisces, I'm going to say creativity is huge, a huge part of your theme this year. Okay, so just, I don't want to be too graphic or anything, but, you know, as far as one more thing, like on the topic of sex, it's, you create your experience in the bedroom, right? So, you know, we have the two fixed signs, the two fixed energies of Leo, the 5th house, and Scorpio, the 8th house. They sort of come together in those ways to co-rule sex. Okay. But when it comes down to everybody only has one house, get in your house, sex has to go home to the 8th house. Okay, but this is sort of like it's part-time home. Or something. All right, so yeah, you're healing things within you, perhaps like at a DNA level too. Things embedded in your DNA, deep stuff that is in the way of your creativity. You're healing blockages and balances on every level throughout time, all of existence. Pisces says so, you know, so that you free up creative energy. And I think that you're also looking at what do you want to do with your creative energy? What can you do with your creative energy? Do you want to make art? Do you want to make music? Do these things inspire you and bring you pleasure? Are you going to be watching and enjoying art? And what kinds of art will you be watching and enjoying this year? You can create anything. That is the message that comes through with these cards. Like, you can. But there's needing to listen, there's like being guided by your instincts and led by your instincts so that you don't get lost in that vast ocean of possibilities. And I feel like you're grateful for that. There's gratitude, okay? Thoughts, remember, flowers. Flowers are a theme for some of you, just like straight up, flowers are a theme for some reason. Could be you're working with flowers, you're growing flowers, maybe you're having a wedding, there's a lot of flowers, or you're a bridesmaid at a wedding and you're handling the flowers, or so there's flowers are a theme. I don't know. Maybe you're moving to a place where there's more flowers. Maybe the neighborhood is really big on flower gardens, so Now every day when you drive back and forth to work, you're going to see a bunch of flowers. Let's look at 25, page 25, the crystal. Cosmic consciousness is the key phrase here. Its soul path is becoming a vessel for cosmic consciousness. Its healing insight is enlightenment can happen right now. You are part of everything, and everything is a part of you. Okay, so there's a wisdom to children. I think there's a certain wisdom to children, or some people word it as like their crown chakras are very open, but their root chakras haven't been developed yet, and different things like this. They have a connection to existence that, in a way, diminishes over time for us. And there's in part that can be the like certain awarenesses or feeling signatures. I don't know how else to put it, but like you are a part of everything and everything is a part of you. The way that you understand that with your adult mind depends on various factors, but it's always going to be different than that of a child. Or maybe not. Maybe you can tap into that child brain thing again, but it's not what we carry around as adults from day to day. Okay? The actual awareness and experience and having that be your perception, you are a part of everything and everything is a part of you. I feel like that just connects into the 5th house energy somehow. Okay, guys? I'm getting way off track here with that, but there's like, it's talking about like the value of your inner child, being able to get in touch with your inner child, the past self that was a child, and ask them questions about now and the present, and like have conversations with them and things like this. Some of you might go there, so to speak. Alright, so the divination for this card says you are here to experience cosmic consciousness. Transform your goals and seek a new direction. You have exceptionally clear sight now. Stripped to the bones as the old falls away, do not despair. New light is infused. When you transform your awareness, humanity experiences a quantum shift. So powerful, potent stuff, and I totally feel like I need a bunch of clarifiers for your reading for some reason. I didn't feel that way with the other ones. I'm going to go ahead and grab another hat worth of chimes. 'Cause I can. Okay. I speak my truth and allow the universe to light the way. Okay, so there is an element of you surrendering to the divine here, surrendering to the universe, understanding that some things are within your control and some things are not. And so having that trust in the universe or your higher self, your superconscious, God, source, creator, goddess, to steer you right, to take care of you. That the things that you have to release control about, surrender to, will work out. Like faith and destiny. Yeah, heightened spirituality, your power, starseed stuff, connections to other dimensions, other realms. Remember to contemplate. We have, like a little diamond here, so this could be talking about marriage for some of you. Could be your own or other people's marriages as well. It's also, it's a crystal, so you could look into the properties associated with diamond for greater clarity. But I am also getting the message of like what's invaluable, what's extremely valuable, and part of it being like your lineage and your ancestors and where you come from, and what you pass on, your legacy. You might be looking at that. There might be things happening, whether it's foundational stuff or progression of a foundation or whatever having to do with that, your legacy, somebody else's legacy as well. There is an element here too of like not everything that shines is really a diamond. So value and weighing value, spirituality, your mind, your heart mind, like coming together, working together, the heart chakra and the third eye chakra working together in harmony, expanding upon instincts, healing traumas from the past, and embracing your power as a spirit on this planet, your spirituality. Pisces, it's hard not to get lost in that energy sometimes, sensing things. Green head, growth, where you want to grow with your mind and moving forward in your thoughts and in your life, how you want to grow, what you want to grow. There is an element here of destiny and soul path and moving forward and pre-birth contracts, if you believe in that kind of thing. Like I said, Pisces is not still waters run deep, and how deep can we go, and oh my gosh, it's so deep here, like scorpionic type waters. Pisces is like the vastness. I can get lost. It's so vast. The possibilities are really literally endless. So, have faith that the universe can light your way and will be doing so. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.